Good evening, everybody. Bueno. I have the privilege tonight of introducing someone who I've really gotten to know over the last 4 years. A couple that I've really gotten to know over the last 4 years. And it dawned on me that pretty much everybody in this room, if you're maybe a first timer, if you're really a novice, maybe not, but I'd say that almost everybody, without exception in this room, knows Alan and Cheryl Tennant. And every time I do an introduction, I like to make sure that you learn something that you didn't know before you got here. And I started looking at Alan, and I started looking at Cheryl and the background, the history, and the biography, and I said, well, I think they know that he's a bodybuilder. If you don't know that, you're blind. You can be Helen Keller. I think you know that Alan and Cheryl are two of the most positive people you've ever been around. What you may not know is that Alan has been a part of our program here since its inception, some 12 or 13 years ago, when he and Todd sat down and started developing our final expense programs. And during that time, he has been a part of adding to our company enough policyholders to fill up the entire city of Rochester, over 200,000 policies that we have. And every year since we've been in this business, Alan and the folks, many of you who consider Alan to be a partner and a part of your business, have brought in double-digit millions of dollars. Last year it was almost $13 million of new premium for us. This is a very important business to the Columbian Financial Group, and Alan and Cheryl are very important parts of it. The thing that you may not know, which I want you to fully understand, because I've come to really appreciate it over the last 2 years, are the things about Alan and Cheryl that you wouldn't know simply by reading their biography or looking online at Alan B. Town on LinkedIn or wherever on their webpage, which is a great webpage, by the way. Where's Lauren?
Hi.
There's Lauren. So everybody give Lauren a round of applause. Where's Beth? Where's Beth? Everybody give Beth a round of applause. Alan and Cheryl get to be as good at what they do because they have great people around them. Laura and Beth are two of them. But they have a great website. The things you won't learn and the things you learn in the midst of the moment when you're dealing with very difficult issues. At times when you look across the table or you are sitting next to someone and you say, I just don't know what they're going to do or how they're going to react. And Alan and Cheryl have been through thick and thin with the Columbian Financial Group. They have been with us during the high points of the last 12 years and the low points. Granted, there have been many, many, many more high points, but there have been some low points. And the thing I want you to know as Alan and Cheryl come up here is that as a couple and as individuals, they have the great capacity to not only do what they do exceptionally well, but also to represent all the things that we at Columbian think are important. Partnership is important. Integrity, we talked about that this morning, is important. Performance is important. Consistency is important. They have all of that and then some. And we have been exceptionally lucky to have them be our partners for this long. And I'm going to say one quick thing. Everybody here knows Zig Ziglar? Yeah. All right, he's dead now. But one of the greatest lines he ever had was, and this is the way you introduce Alan and Cheryl. Attitude, not aptitude, determines altitude. Ladies and gentlemen, Cheryl and Alan.
so much. That was very, very kind, and I'm very humbled standing in front of such an esteemed group. I want to congratulate all the qualifiers. I want to congratulate Columbian Life on a fantastic 2014 with $100 million in sales. We talked about that. Very proud of the fact that the final expense division, which is what we are, is the largest division, probably the most important division right now in the company. So for that, I just feel very, very proud. You know, I want to thank Columbian Life as well for providing the vehicle of which we feed our families. So thank you very much, Columbian Life, for all you do for us. Yeah, this is one of my favorite lines. No company takes you from submission to commission faster than Columbian. Okay, that's a great line. We used it this morning, and I think we can't overemphasize that, because it's all about making money and doing a terrific job for the folks that we serve, and we learned a long time ago that fast pay makes fast friends. So, you know, I want to send a shout out to my business partners, obviously at Columbian Life. Todd Swenson, who is one of my dearest friends in the world. We go back 20 years. Todd, where are you? Stand up, buddy. Be recognized. Jerry Hittenhofer. Jerry, what a great job, buddy. What a blast it was being affiliated with you. Patrick Manning, what a terrific time. What a terrific leader. What a great mentor. I learn from you every day, and I couldn't be prouder of being affiliated with you and being able to call you a friend. Mike Fosbury, Mike, thank you for your leadership. Rick Ralph, Rick Ralph, I'm so proud of you. Rick Ralph became a very dear friend during the conversion 5 years back, and he took us through thick and thin, and we have been knee-deep in developing this new product, the next generation final expense, and we couldn't be more proud of the affiliation. And I got to tell you, there's so many moving parts behind the scenes, and Rick Ralph has been the one leading the charge with his team, with Jen Casey and others, Karen Amatrano, and many, many others. So, Rick, thank you for your help. You've been working very closely with the reinsurers and been a terrific sounding board for us and listening to the distribution. This is a product that's going to be made. Columbia's Final Expense Program is not a program built by the insurance company. It's a company built by the distribution. They listen to us. They understand what it is that we need in order to be able to thrive and to be successful. And so, Rick, you've been terrific, and I couldn't be more pleased being affiliated with you. So thank you for all you do. You've been a terrific partner. Beth Keeley, Beth, what a great job. There's so much work that goes into putting on an event like this. Beth, you've done a terrific job. You're a gem to work with. Thank you for putting on and being involved with you know, everything that goes on behind the scenes to put on such a fabulous conference for all of us. What a terrific time. And what a way to start the conference last night, with the welcome reception that we had with all the drums and all the entertainment. It was just fabulous. So what a great show. No company rolls out the red carpet. Last but not least, Tom Rapp. Everything rises and falls on leadership. So Tom, thank you for all you do. You truly are an open door. I've got your cell phone. How many agents have the cell phone of the president and CEO of an insurance company? I mean, it really is. This is a company that truly cares and that does want to learn from us and hear from us, and does actually want to they take us seriously. So it's a company built by agents. I want to send a shout out to some of our regional sales director friends that are here tonight as well. You know, we've got a working relationship with some folks. Alice Cobb, obviously, who can't be here. Greg Cobb, thank you for all the terrific photos that you're taking. And Greg, thank you. Please give Alice a hug for us. I want to say hi to John Jansen. John, thank you for everything that you do and your friendship. We've known each other for many, many years now. I want to say hi to Steve Johnson. Steve, great seeing you as well, as always. And Gary Maxey. Gary, we remember Gary. Since, well, gosh, the first conference that we attended back, I guess probably 12 years ago in San Diego, many years back. That's where we forged a friendship, and so it's been terrific. So I also want to say hi to Jim Smith. So where's Jim at? Jim, oh, here he is right in front of me. Jim, how you doing? Thank you for all you do. And Tony Spell, where's Tony? Tony? Hey, there he is back here in the lights. Tony, good to see you. I also want to acknowledge, obviously, my wife and partner. Cheryl and I have been business partners. We've been married for over 25 years. We've been together for 27. She was licensed organization back in 1989. We've been in this together for an awful long time. So, behind every fantastic organization is an amazing spouse. She's more than a spouse, she's a business partner. She runs the books. I don't even have any idea how much money we have. I have to ask her. She handles all the accounting and everything. So it's a great relationship. Thank you. I also want to send a shout out to Beth Lee and to Lauren Blaze from my office back home, and everybody, most of the folks know, certainly Beth Lee. Beth, stand up and say hi. We're so proud of you. Lauren Blaze, who is over here, is fantastic. She regulates all of our IT and manages our website, all our social media, does a fantastic job. So I'm so glad that you're here. You know, I started a tradition probably 10 years ago where I like to recognize every year somebody special, somebody from the home office that is what I would consider to be somebody that has gone the extra mile, continues to go the extra mile to service us and to take care of the distribution. This year, I'm very proud of the nominee that I chose this year, and we have a very, very special gift that I'm going to pull out in a minute. I would ask Liza Chinchosi to please come forward. Along with her husband, Army Med Sergeant First Class, Zach Chinchosi. Please come on up here and be recognized. Liza's been with the Final Expense Division, now supporting Todd Smith for the rest of us for over 9 years. She's been with the company for 10 years. She's a real friend and a great ally to the entire team. So Liza, come on up here, be recognized, and please, everybody, on your feet. Let me show you what we've got here. We've got a very, very we're going to go ahead and look at everybody standing. Isn't this? Come on. Thank you so much for helping me to recognize Liza. We're very, very proud of her. You know, one of the things I'd like to just hit on real fast, you know, we've got, with Columbian Life, without a question, they are the best final expense administrative arm in the business. There's no question about it. No company is easier to work with. I mean, when's the last time you had an amendment? They don't amend. When you make a mistake, we all make mistakes on an app, what do? They call you, they fix it. They fix it, they issue your policy, they get you taken care of. I mean, that's amazing. Oh, you can the primary beneficiaries, you know, the name, or you forgot to put down yes or no for an automatic premium loan. They call you, they check off the box, you get a policy issued, you get paid, nothing gets amended. I mean, it's things like that that really set this company aside and apart. Now listen, we've got a good product that we sell right now. We're very, very proud of what we do. But wait till you see the product that we've created for next year. It's going to knock your socks off. You know what? The only thing that's missing right now is premiums. It's a pretty premium sensitive business. Do we want to be Foresters? Do we want to be Transamerica? Of course we do. But guess what? The new rates that we've created, they beat them. And some of the managers in here are well aware of that. We are going to absolutely dominate this space next year. When this product gets released, I'm going to tell you, Tom, let's make sure that the folks that are in charge of sales conferences are preparing for a very large space in 2017, because we are going to write the fool out of business with this new program. Since inception, my team has issued and paid just over $145 million with Columbian Life. You know, that sounds pretty cool, but you know what? I want to get it to $250 million, and that's going to happen inside the next 5 years. I'm quite confident, and we're going to toast when all that happens, Tom. You know, last month our sales team had a real good month. We submitted 2,481 cases in April. That was just over $1.7 million for the month of April. Our sales partners are on fire, and we're going to get to $250 million book, and it's going to happen inside 5 years. That's something I'm absolutely committed to. I've got some cool stats here I want to share with you real fast. And this is something we all need to be very, very proud of, because sometimes we lose focus on what this is all about. Yeah, making money is great, but you know, we've got to remember we're serving a very, very real need here. We're doing a very, very responsible job. In Columbian Life last year, actually paid 15,000 death claims last year alone. 15,000 death claims. Those death claims, the average death claim was actually $10,800. That was over $150 million in proceeds paid out to the communities of which we serve. That's something we need to be very, very proud of. That's over $400,000 every single day of the year, 7 days a week. $400,000 important to the communities that you serve. So give yourself a real round of applause. That's something we really ought to be toasting. We ought to be very, very proud of everything that we do to serve the communities that we work in, because the company is doing a fabulous job, as you are, supporting the effort by paying these death claims and taking care of these families that we are out there to take care of. I want to recognize, just real fast, my President's Club qualifiers, Don and Tim Howe. What a fantastic organization, what a fantastic relationship. I couldn't be happier. The Sea of Blue yesterday, fantastic. Dave Willis, thank you very much for all you do. Frank Hughes, another, when we go back 20 years, unbelievable. Jeff Schwartz, leading the charge over there at Dave's office, fantastic work, buddy. Mark Pimento, one of my biggest heroes in the world right there. Brian Collins, look at Brian, he's got it going on, I'm gonna tell you. Jeremy Simon, another great President's Club qualifier. Rob Covington, great job, guys. Mark, I gotta brag on Mark Pimento real quickly. It's all, listen, writing big volume is fantastic. Keeping it on the books is a whole other thing. Brian, actually, Mark Pimento is actually already qualified for the sales conference in Cancun. Mark qualified for Cancun on April 15th, 3.5 months. No big deal. Mark has written 1,028 cases in the 4 years he's been with us. Last year he wrote 400, this is the part I want you to listen to, he wrote 450 cases to become #1. Okay? 450 cases, that's about 37 cases a month. Fantastic, but here's really what's fantastic. Here's really what I'm most proud of, Mark. Your not taken rate on that business, 450 cases, 15.1%. That's really, really impressive. Here's what's really impressive though. Out of 450 cases, only 22 cases lapsed. That's a 4.9% lapse rate. So not only do Mark write more business than anybody, he's got some of the best quality business in the company. That's something to really give business a praise for. I'm so proud of you. You're doing a great job in the company. Mark spends lots of time managing and working on that past due report and making sure that he follows up with folks to save business. So terrific. I want to talk quickly about Don and Tim Howe again. Don and Tim Howe, since inception, of course, they were our #1 agency last year. No surprise. $4,763,000 in premium, 61,208 policies issued since inception. Did you hear that? 61,000 policies. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Leading the charge over there, and Laura Barlow with 3,811 cases, policies submitted. Chris Watkins with 3,174 policies. Nick Rodano with 2,602 policies. Tony Gomez just tearing it up with 1,878. We got Jeremy Seidemann out there with 1,493. Rick Washburn, part of that group as well. So proud of you, 1,108 cases. William Brown, 1,090 cases in your organization. Fantastic work, guys. Dave Willis and Sue Meyer. Sue, we love you. Where are you? Stand up. You've worked so hard. You've been with Dave for 20 years. I'm so proud of you. Great support. Over $3 million in premium. Dave's team has submitted over 35,000 policies since he's been with us. That's right, 35,000 policies since inception. In April, here's what I want you to listen to real fast, and I'm probably in about 10 minutes now, but I'm having fun. Dave's team last month, for the month of April, check this out. They were #1 in April with 867 cases for the month. 867 cases. April, that's $595,195 in premium for the month. What a team, you've really got it going on. Leading the charge, of course, is Jeff Schwartz with over 11,000 policies issued since he's been with the team. Jeff has encouraged his sales team to over 820,000 in premium and still managed to find time to produce over 113,000 personal sales. Unbelievable. This guy's got a work ethic. Brian Collins, number 2 last year in personal sales with $174,000 in premium. Ranked number 4 so far this year with $64,000 in premium. Again, consistency. We were just talking about that a little while ago. Fantastic. Mike Cowan, 3,775 cases. Since day 1 with Columbian. So proud of you, Mike. You're a leader, buddy. Great job. Outstanding work. Mike's ranked number 5 right now, year to date. Number 5 with $62,509. He'll probably be qualified for the sales conference the next 2-3 weeks. Fantastic for Cancun. Quincy Morris. Quincy, buddy, over 1,096 cases since day 1. What a job. Unbelievable. Nicholas Owen, 946 cases. You know, let's talk about my friend Frank Hughes. Frank and I, again, we go back 20 years. We've known each other a long time, Frank. Frank has written an awful lot of business for Columbian. Frank was involved with the development of the original policy way back. Frank was one of the very first people to sign a contract with us. 29,967 policies since day 1. What a job. Wow. Steve Preach leads the charge over there with 3,552 cases. John LaFrancis. John, one of the classiest guys I know. God, we love you, John. 2,715 cases. Wow. Frank's team for the month of April had 254 cases for $174,000 in premiums. What a great job. Lillian Worthington, 15,155 cases since day 1. You and Jordan, what a team. And they did that with about a dozen people. Amazing. So much such leadership. Kirk and Jamie Biddle, where are you back there, my friends? 11,461 cases since day 1. That's incredible. He wears some pretty cool shoes. He thinks his look better than mine, but we'll talk about that later. Listen, these conferences are Columbian Life's way of saying thank you very much for all you do. This is their way of showing their appreciation for us. So let's go ahead and return the favor. Let's get out there and go gangbusters next week when we get back. Let's continue to keep Columbian Life our number 1 company, our first choice carrier. And let's all be there in Cancun. And let's bring a bunch of our friends with us. And thank you so much for your time. Appreciate all you do.